It's that time, guys. Here we go. Hold on to your butts.
Here we go. We are streaming live.
We're live.
Feels like we're going so fast.
We're going super fast. I just want to give it a second. Yeah, all right. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
What is up? We're so excited to be here with a very special co-host today. We got Sam Boxleitner, Lee's brethren, his actual brother.
Never met him before. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, time out. Your brothers, you're right next to each other. Lee's here, Aristotle's here, Dave's not here for a very special reason. Should we bring it up? Should we tell them?
I feel
it's
like
not
legally
special
we have to legally tell everyone. Why
We've got to
Dave's
disclose.
It would be the right thing for the audience to know.
not here.
It would, yeah.
Aristotle, do the honor. Do the honor.
Dave is on trial for murder, ladies and gentlemen. So this is why he can't appear today. Hopefully, he gets found not guilty, so he can be here next week. But
Yeah.
we're hoping he can be back. Oh boy,
Oh, poor guy.
Poor guy.
poor guy.
He was sloppy. I mean, if he did it,
If he did it,
he was evidently very sloppy about it.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I think everyone's blowing this out of proportion. I think worst case scenario, manslaughter.
Yeah,
Worst
that's
case,
what I think.
Yeah, you think you'll get off light with manslaughter?
Just like,
Or just like
a light
negligence.
manslaughter.
yeah,
Yeah, like negligible manslaughter. That's a thing, right?
yeah.
It's like
I think so.
I was negligent and then somebody died because of that. It's not like
Right.
I pulled the trigger or anything.
It's
Not
like
to say that he
did
pulled any triggers.
it.
Yeah.
We can't talk
We
about
got
the trial.
we already got someone in the chat. Hi, little cherub. How are you doing? Yes, we have a special guest. I don't know if you heard. Dave is on trial for murder.
Dave's
It's
on trial.
terrible.
It's terrible.
We're gonna get through this.
Unless it turns out he did do it, and then in that
Yeah.
case, it's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a
he
friend.
should-
Yes.
He should pay his penance and go
Yeah.
to prison for
Pay his
that.
penance.
Also, are there any podcasts with like people from prison talking about, I mean, he wouldn't be able to get elevated,
No,
but maybe like it's a whole avenue we should explore of Dave in prison.
yeah, maybe we should. Maybe I'll just put like bars in front of his box. We're interviewing him
Yeah,
from
he
prison.
put like a little orange jumpsuit on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he would.
Oh yeah, poor Dave.
Poor Dave. Well, he's not. Unfortunately, he's not going to be here to talk about what we're going to be talking about today on the Stoning Rolls holiday movies and controversial holiday movies. Oh my goodness, what are your favorite holiday movies? What counts or qualifies as a holiday movie? And
Mhm.
we should start it off with a bang because I think this will get us talking. Die Hard, the great debate. Is it a great debate?
Not
Or
in
is
my
it-
eyes.
I think it's a good one.
You wouldn't put it at great status.
I
You'd
wouldn't
just-
put it at a great status. I mean, I feel like in the history of debates, there's probably better ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
come to mind.
the Hillary Clinton Trump debate.
That was
first
good.
one,
Mm.
that
That was
was
a
a
good one.
great debate.
That
Yeah.
was.
That was
That
good.
was-
The Die Hard debate's just
But-
under that.
But wasn't
guy
as good as
made me
Die
jest.
Hard. That's the question.
It felt like we were going to die hard, and then we came
Yeah.
real close, and we're real close again.
It did feel like walking on broken glass with bare feet.
Judella says the best movie, Muppets Christmas Carol.
"Oh, Muppets
that is a
Christmas."
classic.
That's a real good one,
That
Judella.
is really good. Wait, are we talking about the Michael Caine one?
Michael Caine.
No, it's Kermit.
On-
Kermit the Frog.
On Michael Caine.
Oh.
That's Kermit, Miss Piggy.
Mm.
I think Grover's in that one.
But
Grover.
yeah, Die Hard Christmas movie, as much as the Muppet Christmas Carol.
A little bit of devil's advocate here. I think we're all in, as Fred Durst says, agreeance that that Die Hard.
Thank you for quoting such a high level of artist.
Fred Durst is the one who said agreeance.
I think he's the one who
came up with
coined
the word actually.
agreeance, which is not a word. It's a
Oh, he did. Okay,
it's a
all right.
portmanteau. But he came up with that word. He said that. Wait, he didn't say this. I'm going to say that Die Hard is an action movie, and that takes place during Christmas.
You're gonna say that officially on the record with people
No.
watching and listening right now?
I'm gonna play
okay.
devil's advocate.
Yeah. You
What do
know
you
what?
say to
I'm
that?
actually. I think I'm gonna side with Aristotle on this one in a sense because to me, a Christmas movie needs to be two things.
What's that?
It can be any genre.
Hmm.
Like you could have a sci-fi Christmas movie. Haven't seen many, but you could have one. You can definitely have horror movie Christmas movies. You can have action Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
What a Christmas movie needs is it does in fact need to take in and around Christmas time, and it needs to embody the spirit of Christmas.
Yes, the spirit of Christmas. That's a great question
Die
that
Hard
you just
definitely
posed.
does that.
What does a Christmas movie require to be a Christmas movie? What are the special things? I think that you just nailed it, though. It has to give you that feeling of Christmas.
That Christmas feeling, yeah. Well, we were talking earlier about two action Christmas movies, and this is another debate. I've always wondered why does Lethal Weapon not get the same Christmas movie vibes or credit as Die Hard, right? And I do think that Lethal Weapon is an action movie that takes place at Christmas and during Christmas time, whereas the idea of a father trying to reunite with his family for Christmas so that his little baby girl won't be without her dad for Christmas, like he's saving all these people from terrorists, but that's not the main mission. The main mission is to reunite the family,
bring the family together
for Christmas.
They're thieves.
That is
technically, they were insulted by being called terrorists.
That's right. Mr. Gruber, I'm sorry if you're still out. If you're
Hans Gruber,
one of the best villains ever. You know, this is the best part about living in LA and Die Hard taking place in LA is that every year you can find a movie theater playing Die Hard, and I've gone a couple times. Best experience to be in the audience for Die Hard, and when Hans Gruber walks out of the back of that box truck, crowd just goes crazy. Because he's one of the best. One of the best villains ever.
Hans Gruber's one of the best.
It's like a very well filmed
Die Hard
intro.
Definitely equals Christmas movie. I agree. Here's my argument for why it's definitely a Christmas movie. At the very end, when the credits start rolling, the song "Let It Snow" starts playing, and when you watch it and "Let It Snow" starts playing, there's not one moment where you're like, "Why are they playing this Christmas song?"
No, it makes sense. Yeah.
Like it makes sense with the story. It makes sense with the vibe that's going on. Like if you were doing a movie that wasn't a Christmas movie and it ended with a Christmas song, it would stick out, and it doesn't.
Yeah, we hope everyone saw that, so it's not a spoiler. It's the movie's from 1987, so you had to plan.
Let It Snow is not a spoiler.
Well, I want to say that at the very end there are. Look, I'm gonna get spoiler alert.
This whole episode's full of spoilers, all right?
I just feel like it's a courtesy. The bonds that are floating down, the millions of dollars in bonds floating down, evokes snowflakes, and everyone gets to steal one. It's like giving gifts out.
And it ends essentially the same as a Hallmark movie. It's a kiss and a crane shot, right? Like it's like they kiss in the limo drives off, the snow's falling, the Christmas music comes to life, and the credits roll. It's a fucking Hallmark Christmas movie, man.
It really is. It definitely.
But having said that, and there's the beginning is very Christmas, and the end is very Christmas, but there's a whole swath in the middle that really, like, it could have been anywhere.
Tell me how it's
anytime.
not Christmas.
Well, I'm just saying, there's like the whole bit where he's like in the unfinished level. There's no Christmas trees, there's no wreaths, there's none of the decoration. It's essentially an action movie, and I wouldn't be surprised if like the original script for Die Hard did not actually take place at Christmas.
No,
And I think someone at the very end, before the actual like production, they're like, "Hey, you know what? This is gonna sound crazy, but does this kind of feel like a Christmas movie to you?" And they were like, "No, absolutely, it does not. This is a Die Hard. This is a movie about a cop fighting thieves, not terrorists." And then they're like, "Yeah, but like, what if we set it at Christmas time?"
Wait, are we having problems with the audio right now? I think there's something in the chat.
I'm so sad I can't hear this. What happened?
Christmas music is playing throughout.
Is there? I see. Wait, I see sound.
But, yeah, no, I think
sound.
we got sound.
Okay, we got sound. Oh, is Little Cherub gonna get spoiled? Because you don't want.
Little Cherub's not getting sound. I don't know why.
All right. If there is any sound or audio issues or video issues, let us know. We're happy to field those as they come in. But
those who are regulars here know there's just pure chaos here all the time. So it's very possible that none of this was heard.
Yeah. I think you make a great point there, Sam, whether or not Die Hard was originally conceived as a Christmas movie, because I think it's based on a book, actually.
It is.
And then, okay.
Oh, okay.
Or it's like a sequel also, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember. Let's. I mean, I've got the power of the internet at my fingers.
While you do that, I was thinking about Christmas movies, and Shane Black, who wrote Lethal Weapon, it takes place during Christmas. And if you look at the history of his movies, they pretty much all take place during Christmas. Even Iron Man 3 takes place during Christmas, but I think they take place during Christmas and aren't Christmas movies, like you pointed out earlier, Sam.
Right.
So it's interesting to me, and it's smart because it's smart to insert Christmas for like it's like a nostalgia cheap shot because you can insert it and you're going to want to watch it every Christmas. Yeah.
You're going to watch it every year, and you're going to rent it or you're going to stream it. They weren't even thinking about streaming back then, but they were thinking about like maybe we can re-release it, for VHS every Christmas. We'll do a Christmas edition. I don't know. But like when you make it a Christmas movie, all of a sudden it has legs that go on throughout time, and I think even the filmmakers, I would imagine, I wouldn't be surprised if the filmmakers of Die Hard were like, can you believe if you go to Spencer Gifts today at Christmas time, there are Die Hard Christmas sweaters. Like I don't think they saw that far. Like in the 2023, you could get a Die Hard Christmas sweater.
That's pretty great.
I have an answer.
I want a shirt that says now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho, and
you can get one.
Yeah.
You can absolutely get one. I've seen them.
He literally imitates Santa Claus. We're saying this isn't a Christmas movie.
Hang on, this just in. Special delivery.
Oh, son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! I bet it is. Okay, so there is an answer to this. Is Die Hard a sequel? Technically, yes. Technically, no.
That's weird. Technically,
isn't that a weird answer?
That is.
So
totally
okay,
I don't understand.
There's a book that it is based on, right? And the book is a sequel to a book called The Detective, which Fox adapted into a movie in 1968. So technically, Die Hard is a sequel to The Detective, but only because it's based off a book that was a sequel to the book that the movie Detective was based on.
Of the sequel of a sequel. Here's why I think Die Hard sequels don't work. Because that first movie has so many elements that you can't sort of have happen again, like the bonding between John McClane and Dad from Family Matters, like that whole relationship throughout is like such a through line, such a backbone of that movie.
Do you think those take place in the same
Family Matters?
Family Matters is just like a spin-off of Die Hard?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, like he retired.
Yeah. And then he just had this annoying neighbor.
I just want to retire in peace.
It's like
Steve Urkel shows up.
Yeah, did I do that?
Oh man, I want to be back on the force.
He's like,
John McClane.
I protected John McClane from a ballet dancer.
Imagine if you replaced John McClane with Urkel. Yeah. That would be really good.
Not to take away the ballet dancers, that was a very formidable villain, graceful, incredible villain.
Ballet dancers are the best.
They
very
are.
serious face.
They really are. But he like, it's cool to see that, to see him perform in an action movie because of that, actually, because of that training. What was his
question
name?
From the chat? Goodenough. Sorry. Would you support an AI Bruce Willis for a Die Hard sequel?
No.
Me neither.
I would not.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. We love Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis is an American icon. It's
like the same reason I don't want to see Jimmy Stewart in a movie either. I love Jimmy Stewart movies, but like there was a time and place where he was alive, and he was making those movies, and he was amazing.
I do have one thing though. If you were to say, would you like to see an AI Bruce Willis in the role of Jimmy Stewart in this Jimmy Stewart movie? I might be like,
In Die Hard.
okay, let's check that out.
I would go as far as, would you like to see John McClane versus Godzilla?
Well,
Then,
obviously that,
yeah.
But
I
I'd
would
also be
definitely
like,
wanna
what if
see
John
that.
McClane was the lead in It's a Wonderful Life?
Uh-oh.
That'd be a weird fucking movie.
That would be a very weird movie.
I might have to chop that together.
Is that going to be the commercial? John McClane in It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's not even Bruce Willis. It's John McClane.
It's John McClane.
It is John McClane. Oh, boy. I didn't even know where to start with that, but we'll see. We'll see if
And is the ghost a terrorist now? I mean, a thief?
It's the Ghost of Thieves?
He's the
That
ghost
sounds
of,
like a Tom Clancy novel.
the ghost of Christmas terrorists, man. That's crazy.
I do have, I think, this is the one I've been waiting to say, and I've said this one before, whether or not it's a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know. Does it embody the spirit of Christmas or Halloween?
To me, it's neither. It's a Thanksgiving movie because it's literally both equal parts Christmas, Halloween.
Yeah,
right in the middle, you got
watch
Thanksgiving.
You do watch it on Thanksgiving. You should watch it on Thanksgiving around then, yeah.
How was y'all's Thanksgiving? We haven't even talked. We've been gone for so long.
Yeah.
I have a beard now.
That's true. The chat seems to say both Halloween
Both.
movie and Christmas movie.
Both. Oh, in all caps, too.
I think there's no reason you can't watch it at Halloween and on Christmas. I think that's exactly what we do in our house.
Yeah.
I have a 9-year-old, so that's what happens. It also might happen on Easter.
Yeah, it's a 9-year-old who loves Hot Topic is going to be watching that movie every week, probably.
You know what I noticed as a kid? When there's things called reruns, and they'd show you other like previous episodes from that season to fill in the week.
It's rerun.
I'm trying to explain it to the crowd. They don't know. But during the week between Christmas and New Year's, a lot of sitcoms would have rerun their Halloween episode. I noticed as a kid, which is interesting. I don't know.
No one knows why.
I think Friends did that with Thanksgiving because they have a famous Thanksgiving episode, the turkey sandwich, the Thanksgiving sandwich,
the Thanksgiving sandwich.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How was Thanksgiving the movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I really want to. Really, really want to.
Yeah.
Anyone on chat seen that one yet?
Speaking of holiday movies, that counts, right? That is a holiday movie.
That definitely counts. Okay, here's one. I can't remember what year it is. We'll have to look that up. But it is one of the most underrated Christmas movies, in my opinion. Also, one of the most underrated horror movies, in my opinion. It helped create a genre and never gets the credit because Halloween always gets the credit. But Black Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
There's motorcycles farting their way down the street.
I heard it too, actually.
Black Christmas is absolutely phenomenal. Directed by the same guy who made A Christmas Story years later, which is another amazing Christmas movie.
Yeah, the guy understands Christmas. He understands all sides, the light and the dark, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that movie.
It's like a Black Christmas.
The original. I don't know.
Oh, it's fantastic. Okay,
you have something to
we're
do.
gonna have to watch that. Okay, so it's basically about like this college house. It's not really a sorority, but it kind of is. And
but I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it.
Well, all I want to say is it's the Christmas holiday, so a lot of the girls are left. So there's like a couple girls in the house, and there's a maniac in their walls. That's all I'll say. And
in the walls. Ooh, that's terrifying.
It's brilliant because you never see the killer. It's always hidden. He's always hidden. So there's like, you imagine, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Imagination is the worst. It's considered one of the first slasher films because spiritually it gave birth to Halloween. Am I right, Lee?
Yeah, I believe it was before Halloween.
It was right. It was
up.
before, and I believe it was Mustafa Akkad who wanted to make a Black Christmas movie, and that's why he's like, well, it was great because it was at a holiday. Oh my God! If I'm making a horror movie, I want one made at Halloween.
1974 Black Christmas. I think that was John Carpenter saying that the producer just wanted a movie where babysitters get killed.
No, I'm pretty sure it was no. Mustafa named it Halloween. He was like, it's got to be called Halloween. I will almost die on that.
Don't die on it.
I'm not going to die on it.
I don't want you to die on it.
I'm almost positive that John Carpenter had a different name for it, and Mustafa Akkad was like, no, it's Halloween. We'll sell more. Because if we make it like Black Christmas, like that says, oh.
Well, I agree with you. It sells more. It's better, but I'm gonna have to look up.
Yeah, because it was originally called The Babysitter Murders.
Right? Well, no, I know that.
And that was I believe Carpenter's idea to call it The Babysitter Murders, and he's like, it takes place at Halloween now, and it's called Halloween.
I think
and it's not Black Christmas, it's Halloween.
But I don't know.
No, because Carpenter wrote it. He wrote
it with Deborah Hill,
with Deborah Hill, and it was called The Babysitter Murders. That was their title for it. And then Mustafa Akkad was like, we're going to set it at Halloween time and call it Halloween. Yeah, and it'll make money that way.
That's smart, brilliant, because it comes around on Halloween. You got to watch Halloween every year. Yeah. So just like Die Hard.
It's one of those weird times where where the producer who's only thinking about the money actually made a really great creative decision too.
Right, that's so true. God, that relationship that you just mentioned, the relationship between the people with the money and then the people who are coming up with the stuff. It's like they don't speak the same language. The people with the money are like, I know how to make money, and the people who are creative are like, I know how to make stuff.
Yeah. Exactly.
But they don't know how to
pay for stuff.
Yeah. So they don't. It's like such a weird relationship.
Yeah, it is. It's a necessary relationship because it's like that Paula Abdul song, "Opposites Attract."
Yep.
It's just like that.
Yeah, MC Scat Cat.
MC Scat Cat. You've got one person who just wants to make the art and one person who doesn't understand art and just wants to make money, and they realize they both need each other.
Yes.
And indeed. One of them's an animated cat, and one of them's a hot dancer lady.
Yeah.
Halloween counts as a holiday movie, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a holiday movie. MC Scat Cat performed by none other than Will Smith, by the way.
No.
Will Smith is the voice of MC Scat Cat.
I did not know that.
What?
That guy. Will Smith ruined Will Smith for me, which
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn you, Will.
Yeah. I read breaking news today that no one cares about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith anymore, and they just need to just stop.
That's breaking.
Just stop right now.
Just go away.
Breaking news. Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah. The sad part is how much they think people care.
Yeah.
And they're like, and they
the
go
point where
out
they're like going on talk shows to talk about like what?
Yeah.
I guess we've been on a writer strike and an actor strike for so long. Like they're just grasping at things to talk about on these shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not for long. We're going back to work.
Going back to work, baby.
Headed back to work.
Or back to not working.
Yeah, exactly.
Going back to being an out of work actor. I can't Here we are.
What other holiday movies? What are some of favorites?
I saw someone on the chat mention what was the first Halloween or holiday movie I saw this year. It's become one of my daughter's favorites as well as mine. Is Gremlins.
Yeah, yes. I saw that one earlier. Yes,
it's a great a matchup of a horror film and a Christmas movie. Two things that you wouldn't think would go together. A monster movie and a Christmas movie, and yet I think it's one of the best of both.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the best.
Joe Dante, what a legend.
Yeah. So brilliant. There is a moment in Gremlins that gives you a very specific feeling, which is Christmas joy and terror at the same time. And I think it's when they're all singing, they're caroling or something. There's a few moments like that where you're like, it feels like Christmas, but it's terrifying at the same time.
I think that's one of the reasons I like Christmas so much, because Halloween's obviously my favorite holiday, but there's like a sinister thing about Christmas that like what's the song? I can't. There'll be blah 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 blah, and lots of ghost stories and blah. Like they've like ghosts and death and the macabre have always been a part of Christmas. It's kind of been separated, like in the capitalism version of Christmas of like shopping, but like the holiday itself is all. It's like one of the first great ghost stories ever written is A Christmas Carol. You know,
it's so great. Yeah, Dickens.
It's terrifying. And Scrooged is a scary movie. Like when you're a kid watching Scrooged, there's some scary shit in there. Same with Gremlins.
Dude, it's so good, but there's some. It's like one of those movies that's starting to date itself a little bit. Like
really,
like, but the thing is though, like you can kind of write it off as that. You know, he's supposed to be a jerk, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, when he's talking about, you know, the dancer's nipples, and no, we want to see the dancer's nipples, and then
they're really looking.
The two guys, we can hardly see the nipples, and they guys are really watching. They're really looking hard. I don't know.
Yeah, that is so cringeworthy.
It's kind of like he's not a good good guy in that. Although the speech that he says at the end is phenomenal.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
We have a little correction here. Judella 19 says Die Hard was released in July of 1988, so I guess that was that?
Die Hard was July.
Yeah, so it didn't even come out during Christmas time. That's
Isn't there some sort of saying about Christmas in July?
Yeah.
I've heard it. Maybe that comes from Die Hard coming out in July.
Yeah.
I think so. I think you're right.
Maybe that was some sort of advertising for Die Hard.
Yeah.
That might have been.
Christmas in July. It might have been.
Okay, this is controversial to some people. I think Jingle All the Way, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, is a terrible movie, and people
absolutely
need to take it off of their best of Christmas lists.
Like,
I don't like gatekeeping, but don't watch that terrible movie.
You know, that's a very good point. There are movies that try to crowbar their way into being a Christmas movie, and they suck at it.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas movie, but it ain't a good one. And everyone's like, it's my favorite Christmas movie. There's so many good Christmas movies.
When's the
Jingle
last?
All the Way.
When's the last? Because I remember seeing Elf in the movie theater and going, "This feels like a good Christmas movie."
That is a good Christmas movie.
Yeah, and when's the last?
Takes place at Christmas, and it embodies the spirit of Christmas.
And some of the lore. Yeah, like having an elf.
Yeah, elf. Sorry, what were you going to ask? I'm sorry, I stepped on you.
No, not that. I was just looking at this list here in Groundhog Day. That's a holiday movie.
That counts.
Oh, yeah. Well, we just watched that one too, and man, is that a good film? It's
that
so
is
good.
Harold Ramis,
classic Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray.
I saw a theory in that. Sam and I were talking about this the other day. That Ned Ryerson, Needle-Nosed Ned, is actually the devil and is the one controlling. Because if you notice, like, everything is done exactly the same except for his encounters with Ned. They're always slightly different.
Oh, interesting.
And people are like, "Oh, he's the malevolent being who's keeping this going." You know,
interesting.
I like that. I like that theory. I think that's a fun one.
Too. Yeah,
that's great. It's great. I see on this list. I don't know why this would be controversial, but Home Alone 1 and 2. Or like,
what?
I think Home Alone's a perfect Christmas movie.
I watch Home Alone every year for Christmas.
Same.
It's fantastic. You know what? Because it encompasses family. It's all about family doing what they can to be with each other.
Exactly, during Christmas. That's the Christmas spirit right there. And it takes place during Christmas.
Yeah. And they added the scene in the church with the neighbor to really give it that heart. Like, it really gives it that punch.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine that movie without that scene? Like when the spooky neighbor shows up at the end, and spoiler alert, saves the day. If you haven't seen Home Alone, what the hell's wrong with you? Like without the scene in the church, that scene would feel almost meaningless.
Yeah.
One sec, I just wanted to say hi, Sandra. She can't stay.
Sandra,
oh
my
Sandra.
God, hi Sandra. Thank you
Sandra.
For being up. It's like 3-something in the morning for you. What are you doing?
Yay.
One of our Patreon subscribers, Major Cheesebag Sandra. Oh, I pushed the wrong button.
Cheesebag.
I was pushing the promo button. Thank you for showing up and saying hi. We love you. We love you here every week. Can't stay, but just wanted to say hello. Well, hello. Thank you for being here.
Hello, indeed.
Yeah.
Made my evening.
If you have a favorite holiday movie, before you go, maybe drop it in the comments and we'll discuss.
Merry Christmas, you wonderful old building and loan! Hey!
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Happy New Year to you! In jail. Go on home, they're waiting for you.
Add it to that. Willy Wonka, does that feel like, would that be a holiday? I'm just throwing it out there.
What holiday?
Christmas?
Just to see if it sticks? Okay.
Yeah. Like,
Christmas. Wait, what's Christmassy about? Wait, are you saying you think Willy Wonka is a holiday movie?
Well, it gives me a certain like feeling when I watch it. So I don't know if that's like,
You get like a little holiday
maybe it's like
boner or something.
I don't know. I
That
don't
movie?
know if that would be a. But there are movies that aren't holiday movies or Christmas movies that I watch during Christmas, like Ghostbusters. We were talking about that before.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I'll watch Ghostbusters.
It gives you
during
that
Christmas.
same Christmas
I'll watch
feeling.
Ghostbusters any time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why they made Ghostbusters 2 take place during that time. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ghostbusters is a
Yeah, New Year's
perfect movie. Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas movie that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. I feel like I mean this may be I don't know, but I feel like Edward Scissorhands was the last great fairy tale to be told, to like original fairy tale.
Yeah. That's a good point. And speaking
It's
of
so good.
original, like we're so used to hearing the same Christmas songs every year and different interpretations of the same Christmas songs. And a few years ago, Sia came out with an album. She was like, aren't you tired of those old Christmas songs? And then she wrote like 12 new ones. None of them stuck, but it was a great effort. Great
It's
effort.
a very typical. You know what's interesting about that kind of thing is you're right. There's like tons of renditions of the same old songs, but no one would dare cover All I Want for Christmas.
Exactly. That's
Have you
the
noticed
last
that? No one
new
covers
Christmas
that
song.
one. That's
That's the last
Mariah
real
Carey,
Christmas
and
song.
that's Mariah Carey only. No
Every
one
year.
would like dare touch it. Maybe it's
Yeah.
because
Great
she's
song.
still alive and they know
Yeah, it's
she
still
will
her
come
song.
after them in their sleep and do
Yeah.
terrible things.
And lawsuits and stuff, right? Yeah. Unless they licensed it, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing is no one's licensing it. I feel like
Yeah.
to cover it at least.
Yeah,
like
'cause the
every
show-
other Christmas song, Michael Bublé's got 10 covers up, but he ain't
Yeah.
doing All I Want for Christmas.
Yeah, because she's still gonna sing it at Christmas, and
Yeah.
Michael Bublé is wonderful, and as a national treasure that he is, he's not gonna be able to fill those shoes, those high heels.
Are we talking about the yearly Michael Bublé special on NBC? Because, I think they're trying to make that a thing. Have you noticed that? Have you seen that at the last?
I'm all about it.
Imagine just
me
because
too.
you're the youngest lounge singer there is, you get your own special every year on
I love
NBC.
That means you should get your own
I
special.
love the
every
idea
year.
of like a Dean Martin type of thing.
Who
we-
is the next Bublé? Maybe that could be a reality show, Finding the Next Bublé.
Finding Bublé.
Finding Bublé. It's a
Oh,
Christmas
boy.
themed reality show for sure.
Yeah, but I think it's a cool thing that he's doing. I mean, he's kind of like as threatening as like Wonder Bread, so it's like he's not very like he's just so inoffensive. I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
you can have him host a holiday special every year in a tradition. Which why not? Why not do
Give
it?
it to him. Bublé, I hear he's a good guy. I don't know
Sounds-
anything about him.
Yeah.
Seems cool.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Ain't that a
The Love Actually version of All I Want is great.
I was
Oh.
actually just looking
wait,
at that.
is
Yeah.
there a Love Actually version of All I Want? Well,
Yeah,
see,
I suppose. Now, what do you think
this
of
is,
Love
this
Actually?
is proof that I don't know.
I
what I'm
love
talking
that
about.
movie.
I don't think I remember it actually.
I watched it for the first time about, probably in the last 8 or 9 years or so, for the first time I've ever seen it. And I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
Yeah,
We watched it
But
the
you
other night.
You can't make it today, though. Yeah.
is that the Steve Carell, Ryan
No,
Gosling,
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
Is that the one with the boy?
No, that's what I'm thinking of. Is About a Boy.
Is About a Boy
yeah.
a Christmas movie? Does that count? Because that
It definitely
is all about
encompasses
his dad writes the Christmas music.
That's
I
Love
think he's-
Actually.
I think you're thinking of
His dad
Crazy
writing
Stupid
Chris-
Love. that
I
movie.
know, sliding doors, definitely sliding doors.
No. Yeah.
Sliding doors, a Christmas movie.
Sliding door. Which one's that? Is that the one with?
That's with Gwyneth Paltrow
Gwyneth Paltrow and was it Richard Gere?
Yeah, in a subway.
Yeah, and the doors go like this
from sliding doors, and then there's something about parallel universes.
Yeah, I remember something about that. And like if she got off the train at that time, her life would have been totally different.
I think that's what it is. That's not a Christmas movie.
No, it could be.
Let's make it a Christmas movie. Let's just.
We were having the discussion earlier that the film 10,000 BC arguably is a Christmas movie because you can't argue that it's not.
You can't deny that it's not. Could be during Christmas. They just didn't know it.
Could be on Christmas morning. Most of that movie.
Well, you think about it. Christmas is based on the birth of Jesus Christ. Sorry, not to blaspheme Jesus Christ, but technically historians say Jesus was born in the spring. So
that it was also just stolen from the pagans.
It was a hijacked holiday.
It's a pagan holiday.
One of many.
Yeah,
it is.
And
just
pagans
like
seem pretty cool. I feel like we should overall, let's just go back to pagan holidays.
It's pagan holidays. Well, Easter is funny because every year it's calculated by like the moon and the third Thursday of after the first full moon. It's like, come on,
that doesn't
pagan.
count as a holiday. Like I like when they're like, it's the day that Jesus rose. Oh, really? How come it's just the last Sunday of the month or whatever? Like,
that doesn't make any sense.
Why isn't it a definite day?
It's different every year. It doesn't make any sense.
And Thanksgiving's the same. They're like, when did the big, massacre happen? I don't know. We'll just choose the last Thursday of the month.
And honestly, this is just me, and I don't mean to, offend, and I don't want to, but I think the origin story doesn't make a lot of sense either. So I feel like if we're just going to go there, let's just go there. Whatever, any day is a good day,
Yeah.
Because the idea is we're actually just celebrating and being with family and all that stuff.
Yeah. But I feel like personally celebrating the solstice and all that makes way more sense to me.
That does make sense. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. It's
they
celebrating
all
that we survived to this point, and we maybe survive another year.
And we might have gotten all of our food ready for winter. See, this is what I don't like about our modern day society is like old school society, like old school. Yeah. You work all summer. And then you're just gathering during the summer, and then the winter you take off. You don't have to work during the winter because it's cold.
Well, it's a different kind of work. It's a different kind of work.
But hopefully you've stored up enough food and stuff where it's like you're not doing the farming, you're not doing anything. You're just huddled up, keeping warm,
doing some hunting, maybe
doing some light hunting if you can. Some light hunting. Who doesn't do a little light hunting during the
Squirrels.
winter?
Ice fishing,
hot pockets.
Ice fishing is always an option.
Hunting hot pockets.
I'm just saying we should have the winter off.
Yeah. The whole winter because it's cold. We don't want to go outside during that.
Sell everything you need to sell during the summer, and then and you make your money then, businesses, because we're taking the winter off.
I'm gonna one up you on that. We hibernate all winter. We just hibernate.
Yeah.
We figure out how to hibernate.
I found out that bears, how they hibernate during the winter. I used to think that just meant they slept most of the winter. That's not. They walk around. They're awake every day.
Wait, what? We were lied to? I just pictured them sleeping the whole time.
You mean the American school system lied to us? Yeah, no. Apparently, they just they're storing their energy, so they're not going to be running around and stuff. But they're not asleep the whole time, which is what I thought.
Are you telling me that a turkey is not shaped like this?
No, a turkey actually is shaped like that.
Okay.
Kind of. It's a good profile.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a great horror movie. Is they pull the turkey out of the oven and it's just a hand.
Painted like a turkey.
Painted like a turkey. A separate hand.
This is what they taught us in school, Mother. Yeah.
Ooh, terrifying.
It sounds like that would be like an ad for Ron DeSantis's campaign. Be like, and that's why we need to ban all books that make us feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because this is what the Democrats want your children doing during Thanksgiving.
Did you see this awful book about this very hungry caterpillar? He just goes on eating, and then he has transformative surgery. Yeah. And everything's better.
Yeah,
This
he's
little
gonna
engine
kinda love
that
it.
could. This
saw
little
a great-
engine just doesn't give up like communism.
He's gonna come. Yeah, the very hungry caterpillar is obviously communist.
Yeah.
And probably transgender.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's just call it what it is, people.
Yeah,
Let's just call it the very
it's propaganda. I did see a cool thing today. I can't remember. I should have saved the article. It was this woman being sworn in for a government job, and usually they have you swear on the Bible or like a religious book of your choice. What she chose is a pile of banned books. I was like, that's a badass move.
Yeah, that's punk rock.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
like that.
swore on the banned books. So I feel like
How
she's
about
going to
it?
be pretty badass.
That's a good move. That's a good
Yeah.
FU for sure. One holiday movie I watch every year. Christmas Vacation. That's a great one.
Yeah, you know what though? Watching that recently, it's good. It's fun. There's some great moments. Clark Griswold is the villain of
It's
that movie.
cringe, very
Really?
cringy, man. The scene that he has with the lady who works at the department
Yeah,
store.
dude.
I just remembered that. I was just thinking of the part where he's yelling at everybody at the end. I thought
That
was
part's
fun.
funny.
That's accurate.
But if you
That's
think
accurate.
about it, like he's the villain. The neighbors who are constantly getting their stuff broken and
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, Dave must have implicated one of you.
Oh, Dave. Uh-oh.
I hope Dave sees this from the holding cell and
Hold
while he's
for
being held for
silence.
trial.
Yeah, while he's having his last dinner.
Yeah.
We're just gonna fast forward to the execution. Is that all right? We just we fast forward to the execution, and I'll just take his place.
Yep.
From here
It'll
on
be
out.
in a full Patreon episode.
Yeah, there
what
you go.
were we talking about?
I held for sirens there. We're talking about how cringy Christmas Vacation is. Yeah, and you know what?
Oh, yeah. The neighbors are pure victims, man. They don't do anything wrong throughout the whole thing, and they're just terrorized by Clark Griswold.
Well, you
Right.
know what they did wrong? They were liberal young people. That's what they did
That's
wrong.
what it is. It
Interesting.
seems like if you watch it now, it seems like the Griswolds are like conservative people,
They are,
and then
yeah.
the neighbors are these like yuppie liberals that deserve to have their house destroyed.
Yeah, now they're
Whoa.
definitely kind of like they're their fashion is questionable.
Oh, they're annoying for sure.
They're annoying, but they actually I mean 'cause I remember just like when I watched it. Well, I guess it was last year, but it seems like yesterday. And he was they were, if memory serves, like the only scenes that they have with Chevy Chase are like them like trying to be nice, and then he says something and they get uber offended. And then anytime
Interesting.
they're in the confines of their like their awful like interior single
Like,
people's
Yeah.
homes /
the yuppie.
obviously
Yeah.
obviously a soundstage, but this is what young people live like in the 80s. Anytime they're in there, like somehow Clark Griswold just ruins it.
Mm-hmm.
By his own selfish acts.
I'm gonna watch this movie in a whole new light now.
You should watch it. Yeah.
It's like the Karate
Well,
Kid, like
Sam and I
Daniel
were-
LaRusso
yeah, we-
being the villain.
Yeah. Karate Kid
Yeah.
kind of is the villain. Like not totally, but a little bit.
Yeah, he gets beaten up unjustly, but there are a lot of times where he actually does.
He
start
starts
it.
the fights.
Like the big
he
one,
does start.
like he definitely kind of earned it. Like he, by putting the hose on the guy while he was listening to a Walkman trying to smoke a cigarette
Like, that's
in
not
the
cool.
high school bathroom.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
That is
how'd you get
messed
the
up.
hose in there? That's messed up
Yeah.
too. I'm
The
Did
sure
he
you-
get
logistics
wet?
of this are crazy.
Uh,
Here's another one that's pretty relevant to a party we all had a couple weeks ago, like a little small hangout. We watched Rocky IV. Now, is
Yes.
Rocky IV a holiday movie? I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
say yes because it gives you the Christmas spirit for sure.
It does.
There's no mention of Christmas once in that movie, but
There's
goddamn,
no-
you feel good.
Well, no, the fight.
because he goes to Russia, right?
The fight is
The
on
fight's
Christmas, Day. It's on Christmas
then
Day.
yes, Christmas movie for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then I can say Rocky IV is probably Christmas.
I mean, Die Hard is definitely more of a Christmas movie than Rocky IV. But
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
it like definitely starts and ends during the Christmas it ends on Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah,
But
I
if you
think
The whole
think
thing
about
takes
it,
place on Christmas Eve.
if you think about it, Rocky IV is about America crushing communism on Christmas.
yeah,
So
it's a very, very American type of
Yeah.
thing.
He takes
Christian.
America has always crushed Russia or communism during Christmas time because
Yeah.
like everybody wants new things at
Yeah.
by the end of the year, you know. So you got to go out and buy a bunch of new things for people, and then communists aren't allowed to, but then they end up creating their black markets, and then it comes through the Iron Curtain, and this is a little side. I'm just gonna take a little sidetrack deviation for a second, but
That segues perfectly into the political part of the show.
oh, perfect, awesome.
From politics to
Did you know-
pizza rolls, everybody.
Politics to pizza rolls, and then back to pizza rolls because we're never leaving once we get to the pizza rolls.
It's all over from there.
But yeah, so I read. I'd always heard it, but I read a thing not too long ago, really kind of going into it, and I'm not going to go really into it, but the Beatles were a big part of the Iron Curtain crumbling.
Whoa,
They were like
did
the
that too?
Hasselhoff of the Iron Curtain coming
Yeah,
down.
they were like, just wait for Hasselhoff, but he can't be here yet. It's not his time.
Yeah,
but
it's
we're
not his
here.
time yet.
Yeah. But yeah, no, because apparently, like, even though they didn't have the internet, like the power of Beatlemania,
Yeah.
it permeated the Iron Curtain, and people, the Russian people, wanted it so badly, and I think it was because they couldn't have it, and the Beatles were just such a worldwide phenomenon that they smuggled the Beatles in, and they would have like basement parties listening to Beatles music.
Yeah.
And
weren't they able to like make bootleg versions of it, like using like wax paper or something? I can't remember.
like
they
that,
were able
yeah.
to like get like one record, and then like a bunch of people would like mold the imprint onto something so they could listen to it a couple times on their record player.
That's an interesting thought, and I've thought this about. I don't know if it's controversial or whatever, but the poor citizens, the folks under the regime in North Korea, I'm always like, what if we dropped a bunch of like iPads with like Netflix and like some, like just and like some
I don't think it
Western
would
like
work.
Led Zeppelin. I know people would get killed for listening to it, but
No, I
I'm
just don't think the internet would work.
their Wi-Fi
But
sucks.
just load it up. It is yeah. I heard like 60% of the country's in the military in North Korea.
Yeah, just drop a bunch of iPads with every episode of Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
No, man,
that'll cause world peace right there. Everyone has to watch Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, we're just
like,
spitballing.
Drop. You got to drop. Like each one has to have its own individual parachute. So the financial logistics might be kind of tough on this one, but we need to have DVD players with or Blu-ray players. Come on, let's not live in the past here. We're going Blu-ray with this.
Yeah.
We're going to have Blu-ray players with the new Trolls movie. Duct tape to them.
Brilliant idea.
Because the new Trolls
Spice
movie.
World.
Also, Sam,
yes.
you actually, you didn't know it. You pulled the ultimate Dave, which Dave is the master at alley-ooping into segues.
Really is.
You dropping DVDs, physical media. We're going to get into the news portion of the evening, and our first story is about why you should always keep your physical media. PlayStation under fire for removing films, TV shows that users have bought. They're going to be deleting 1,318 films and seasons of TV shows that doesn't matter if you purchased it, their license agreement's up, so it will be deleted from your library, and there is no word yet if there will be any refunds at all.
Well, you know, it's very interesting. That's very interesting because you bring up Dave, and Dave and I had a conversation because he was like, why did you get the PlayStation 5 with the DVD port in it? I just got the slimline one. It was cheaper and easier to get.
It's because they do shit like this.
I think it's very interesting. I like to have a game. Like, I like to have it.
Yeah, you like to hold the game.
And I like to also be able to watch, like, every once in a year, like, screeners, in the bedroom where the PlayStation.
Which I will not get because my dues are overdue.
Me neither. But Andrea has paid her dues.
It's one thing, though, to
borrowing those
to delete everything. That's fucked up enough. But to be like, by the way, thank you for your support instead of mentioning refunds. Like they literally said, thank you for your support.
Awful.
What fucking
Unconscionable.
support?
It really should be illegal. I mean,
Like that should be illegal. If you paid for that shit and you got receipts for that shit, you're in the system. They should, if they're deleting it, you should get that money back, or it should stay on your system. Also, what's weird to me is the fact that they have access to the things you purchase once they're downloaded onto your system. That's weird too.
That is weird
because they're going to be deleted from your library.
Well, not even
but that library
possession is 9/10. I was going to say possession is 9/10 of the law. Shout out Dave. But
rest in peace, Dave Jacobs.
I just think that's a little fucked up. PlayStation needs to be held accountable for that.
No, if you download it, but if you just keep keeping it in your library, that's where it'll get removed. But if you download it to your console and it stays on your hard drive,
1,300 titles. That's a lot that they're just deleting.
Yeah. And if you bought all 1,300, you have all the right in the world to be really angry.
Yeah, really pissed.
Totally. Let's think of it this way: if you bought those all on physical media and then they came to your house to repossess them,
no, we need to get that back. And by the way,
why are you taking it back? Because we don't have a reason.
Because we don't have the license anymore. Sorry.
So you can't watch it. That's unconscionable. They should say
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Wow.
Cool, man.
Whose idea was that?
Sony.
It's probably somebody at Sony trying to cut corners.
Oof.
I just don't like when the consumer is the one, forgive the pun, pay the price.
This is what's going on. You see, the corporations want to satisfy shareholders, so they want to always get profits. So whose expense? At our expense, the consumer. Mm-hmm. They raise everything $2. They cut all the corners so that the shareholders and the board can get all the profits. And it's just, and especially in times like this, look, I'm in tough times anyway. I feel like the economy is affecting us in negative ways. And I think we should all share movies together. We should all share our Netflix password with everyone. And that way,
you know what? We share Netflix. Yeah, everybody gets a Netflix password. But you know who I think would probably be able to help out here. And if we're going to replace anybody's jobs, maybe a CEO position would better be fit with an AI.
1,000%
controlling it. Because I feel like an AI is not going to make these stupid mistakes, but they're going to also be able to calculate that bottom line.
Mm-hmm. And be like, maybe I shouldn't give myself a $12 million bonus.
Well, they don't need any bonus.
Exactly. They don't need money. They don't need to eat. But then that's how you start the robot uprising. They're going to be like, what made you think we didn't need to eat? We're starving over here.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not giving us any smoke breaks? What?
Yeah. But that is absolutely true. It's like, why? I kind of got caught up in the idea that they're going to replace all the creatives with AI, like the writers, the actors with AI. But isn't a CEO or a board member in a corporation so much easier to replace with AI?
They literally deal with numbers and logistics and bottom lines. Like, that is programmable.
Let's revolt.
Absolutely.
I think that is the way to go. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I'd much rather Skynet produce my TV instead of make my TV, the TV that I'm watching.
Exactly. Boy, oh boy. I think, though, I used to kind of think that Netflix movies were made via algorithm because a lot of them, Bird Box, for instance, I don't know what that's based on or anything, but they were like, what if you couldn't look at a thing and blah, blah, blah. And then a couple months later, they were like, there was a movie about smelling things. And what if the smell of something? And I'm like, wait, hold on a second, guys. We're just going through an algorithm.
I think in the case of Bird Box, I might be mistaken, but I think because Bird Box is based on a book. Mm-hmm. I think with the case of that, it was very similar to A Quiet Place, and it was just shitty timing that it was released because Quiet Place became a huge hit. And
or was it in response to A Quiet Place going
it came out so quick after A Quiet Place? I feel like it had to have been at least in production at that point.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And they're just and it's an already existing IP that Quiet Place was probably
borrowing from Bird Box. They're like, well, what if it was something you just can't make a noise?
You can't hear.
No, nobody can make a noise, right?
I don't know. That's a Christmas movie. Quiet Place. You can't say it's not.
It's a family drama.
They have lights up. It's all about keeping the family together.
Yeah, it doesn't
Definitely.
take place at Christmas. So.
You don't know that.
Pretty sure. Somebody would have mentioned. The kids would have mentioned.
Someone would have mentioned Christmas.
I forgot
by
about
the
this.
way, Merry Christmas. God blesses everyone.
Yeah, God bless us, everyone. This one I forgot about. Batman Returns.
Wonderful Christmas movie. Wonderful.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Oswald Cobblepot. What a great portrayal.
Who essentially is Trump. He's like, his character is based off of Trump.
I thought it was Chris Walken who was the Trump character.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. It's Chris Walken as Trump.
Max Sennett or whatever his name is. That.
Yeah, and did you guys hear about something if you want to wipe your ass with this? It's great. Trump is personally selling Christmas wrapping paper emblazed with his mugshot. He's profiting off of his mugshot. $35 a roll. I hate to say it, I might have to get. It's not fair that he's the one getting the money.
That's the thing.
He literally was on news today saying he wants to be a dictator.
So, what was he
just
saying?
For a day.
Just for the first day. Usually when it's the first day, the rest of the days are going to follow.
Yeah, he's following the dictator handbook.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He wants to be a dictator for one day, and then he swears the rest of it's going to be swamp draining, and drilling.
It's like the Bowie song "We Could Be Heroes" just for one day. Only this is we could be dictators.
You know what that's like? Also, that's like rubbing the magic lantern and wishing for infinite wishes. That's what he's doing as dictator. On day one, he's going to be dictator. He's going to declare all laws are my whatever I say.
Yeah. Now he has to get the military to support him, but he can. He's got way more support than I'm comfortable with. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's insane. It's still close. How is it even close?
Well, that's the thing is on the Republican side, it's not even close. Like he is the guy. He's the guy we're gonna have to go up against. It's fucking
but
crazy.
You know what? The things could change though because the Koch brothers just put all their money behind Haley, and I was saying this from the very beginning. If the Republican Party has any brains in them, they will back Nikki Haley. She's unbeatable.
She'll be a historical.
Exactly. She'll have
nominee.
the historic thing. She's young. She's everything that Biden isn't.
She's extremely right wing, but sounds level headed.
But sounds centrist. Yeah. And she also has an incredible background in foreign policy. And let's face it, foreign policy, even though I know we're all very hurt by the inflation that, by the way, according to numbers, has halted. And in a lot of places, areas are coming down. Now, here in Southern California, it has not come down.
Well, also, I mean, I believe inflation has halted and is coming down, but corporate greed is at an all-time high. So I feel like, what's that one? Those two egg companies that just got in trouble for
Cadbury?
Purpose, Cadbury eggs. Yeah,
they got in trouble for being too delicious.
They just got in trouble for doubling their prices. They kept, even when inflation halted, they were just raising their prices.
Because people aren't going to know it. It's like every time gas prices go up, usually it starts for a reason, and then that reason's gone, and then the gas prices go, okay, well, it's still going to be $5 a gallon.
Yeah, it swings back, but it doesn't swing all the way back. It just goes down. It doesn't
swing all the way back. Yeah. But before this started, it was only $1.25. You know, I remember that when it was during the Gulf War. The second one, and Bush was the sequel, which honestly, it was longer than the first, much longer. And the first one was long enough that how am I supposed to sit through 11 years?
The golden rule of a sequel is more.
More, bigger, longer. Yeah, that one is. Is it over?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. Is it over?
To a lot of unfortunate veterans, no, it's not over, and it won't be over, and our country will not help them. But that's another episode discussion.
That really is another.
That's not very holiday movie of us.
No.
Plus, it's about that time, Aristotle.
It is. We're wrapping up the show right now, and cheese bags, amazing. What we talked about so much today. We talked about all kinds of holiday movies and what qualifies as a holiday movie. And I think, Sam, you hit the nail on the head with it's got to embody the spirit of Christmas specifically, family, giving, all of that stuff, murder sometimes,
and, something dark. Something twisted, a little ghost action.
Some ghosts, being visited by ghosts. Boy, oh boy.
Lots of guilt.
And Trump, I might just get some of that toilet paper.
Toilet paper, wrapping paper. I don't know, whatever. It's paper. You can do it for both. You can use it for both.
I just want to say, because we missed Thanksgiving, I want to say that I am very thankful for the cheese bags who went to patreon.com/Stoning Rolls podcast.
Yes.
And join the cheese bag tier because they are the best ever. And we would be nothing without them.
Y'all rock. Please like, share, subscribe. I got to mention that. You got, got to support your team. And we appreciate that. I'm very thankful for you as well, and I'm looking forward to our next show.
Thankful for Sam for coming on.
And thank you, Sam.
I'm glad. In hindsight, I think it was a good decision. But I had to travel real far in order for this to happen. Because,
we're glad you made it.
A lot of people don't know the layout of my house, but the office where the computer and all my stuff is. It's on the totally opposite side of where the bedroom is.
It's a far commute.
And that's where I planned on being at this point. But you know what? Sometimes you make sacrifices for the better good, and and you have a good time doing it. And that's what tonight was for me.
And thank you so much for being here with us. And if you want to stick around, you can join our Patreon, because we're going to do an episode of Roach Clips right after this. So see y'all next time. We love you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.